This week on FMF Unboxed, we're looking for nuclear vessels. Yeah, I went there.
They're not so big. I've seen bigger.
It's just like that game, Top Gun. Filling in for the USS Bashimo was the USS Hornet, which we were able to film at on location at the naval base in Alameda, which may or may not be the same naval base they filmed Star Trek IV at.
Horrifying.
Entertained me. Would you forgive me, Phil?
I mean, the camera's not expensive. It only cost $100.
Only 100.
Like 70 now.
Yeah.
So you're...
Yeah, I got those when we were new.
Do not enter areas that are either chained off, marked with a sign, or are simply darkened.
Some will enter the island structure, and those of course security personnel will determine if it is necessary to make them safe at the top.
And then I guess you take these.
Don't break it.
You can't break anything on this thing.
Coming
You
off
can.
already, buddy.
Did you see it wiggling?
Look, it's already rotted through on this side.
See, so I'm not the only one who's tried that.
But you could have been the last. So it was very nice of you, Chad, to take Phil out to the USS Hornet.
Yeah.
He's really happy.
No problem.
God damn it. Oh, look at the jet engine. Oh my God, you can fit like 2 whole bodies in there.
3, depending on the people.
Oh my, you kinky. I wonder if you can see the car from here.
You can. It's
There it
over
is.
there. Not to make you do it again, but again.
Head warp factor 1, Mr. Crusher.
To recreate the Arctic scenery needed for the story, we decided to try something new and do miniatures. So we actually just took a bunch of styrofoam, which we got for free from behind a Best Buy, and some dental floss and a couple of Dremels, and we were able to cut, shape, and sculpt the styrofoam to make the glaciers that we needed.
Better than Tom.
That's true. No, I'm proud of how this is coming out. I actually am.
Once we were done sculpting the glaciers, we sealed them with some Mod Podge, and then took some spray paint to them to give them the highlight color that we needed.
So this is our obelisk. Clay baked in an oven for 30 minutes and took a belt sander to it to give it those perfectly smooth edges. We're probably going to do a couple finishing details and make a larger scale one for close-ups.
To pull off the close-up of the obelisk, I actually just scraped a bunch of freezer frost out of my freezer and used that around our larger scale obelisk with the detail etchings in there to pull off the shot. Now, anytime you're trying something new, failure is always an option. Our original idea was to shoot the miniatures at the beach, that way we would have a realistic setting around it. That didn't really work out in practice, so we had to scrap that idea and go for plan B. Really should have been our plan A. So we then went down to Walmart, got a couple of plastic storage bins, cut them in half, taped them together with some aqua duct tape, and used that as the basis of our set. We then made a miniature green screen out of bamboo rods, duct tape, and green construction paper. And this gave us a much more controllable environment, and really was the smarter thing to do that we should have just done right from the jump.
Yeah, if we were on the water, it would have been moving around way too much.
So when you're editing your footage, media management is super important. I usually keep everything divided up into folders so that way I can find it easily. One thing to note is if we open up some of these folders, there's a lot of footage we were working with for this episode. And cutting it together can be problematic. Oh, what clip was that? Oh, that was that one. What clip was this one? Oh, that was that clip. What clip was this one? Oh, that was that one. So one thing I do that usually an assistant editor would do is take the time ahead of hand to add these descriptions. In Final Cut, actually, they're called notes. In Premiere, they're called descriptions. And then you just label each shot what it is. That way, when you're looking for a particular clip, you can find it quickly and easily. Takes a little bit of time up front, but it saves you so much time on the back end. So, media management, super important. Don't overlook it.
So once we have our miniature shot, there's still quite a bit of post-production work needed to make these look as realistic as we can get them. And the major part of that is keying out this green background here. Now I had a few tracking marks drawn here on the green screen. Really I should have added more, but I was able to get away with just the one here. So just like we've done in the past, we're going to go ahead and motion track this tracker point on the green screen here. Then I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate my footage and mask out a blank section of the green screen. I'm then just going to move that layer and position it right on top of our tracker point. And then I'll parent that layer to our null object that has all of our tracking data so that way it follows the same motion. And if we look, it covers up that X perfectly. Then I'm just going to take my two background layers and pre-comp them together. Now all I got to do is key out this green. To be honest, I don't do green screening a whole lot. I'm not super great at it, so I'm not going to do a tutorial on how to green screen. Andrew Kramer and Film Riot and a bunch of other people on YouTube have already done fantastic green screen tutorials, so if you're interested in green screening, go ahead and check out one of their videos. They do it awesome. Basically, the main idea is using a couple techniques here to get rid of the green, remove any fringing or color casting that may have happened on your foreground objects, and if need be, rotoscope in any details that may have been lost in the keying process. But once we have our green keyed out, I can go ahead and drop in our background plate and then parent that to the null so it follows the same tracking data. Then I'll just do some slight color correction on our footage to make it match our background a little bit better. And then it's done. I'm ready to bring this back into Premiere so I can do my final color grade and blend it in with the rest of the footage.
And that's how we did it, which means it's time for Q&A. This week's question comes from Aaron. Aaron says, y'all should make a FMF movie. That's not really a question, Aaron, but I'll answer it anyway. We've actually thought about doing a movie at some point in time. Realistically, if we did, it'd probably be an anthology film like Heavy Metal or the Twilight Zone movie. Problem is, doing a movie takes a lot of time, a lot of planning, and to do it right, a little bit of money, and it would probably take the place of an entire season if we were to do it. So right now it's 20 episodes and a Halloween special or a movie. So we'll probably do it at some point. Right now we're just focused on making the show the best it can be, but that's definitely something we're considering, is doing a movie at some point and doing it right. So what do you guys think? Do you want to see us make a Frosted Mini Fears movie? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for your question, Aaron. If you guys have a question you want me to answer on the show, let us know in the comments or shoot an email to frostedminifears@gmail.com. In the meantime, like, share, and favorite this video. And if you haven't already, go ahead and click subscribe because on Wednesday, it's an all-new episode of Frosted Mini Fears. And 1 week from today, I'll show you how we did it on an all-new FMF Unboxed.